By using Adaptive to Plan, retailers can drive significant improvements in their day-to-day operations. Examples include measuring category margins against same stores and optimizing inventory, making sure that we get that right product at the right store at the right time. Let's look at some examples of these. Here we're looking at a dashboard that gives us all kinds of metrics and KPIs surrounding all of our stores here. I can drill down on any level of store so that I can look at all of my stores together, or I can look at any one particular store. Here I can see monthly traffic combined, average customer spend, net profit margin, and all kinds of other metrics related to just all of my stores by location, by maturity, by store size. If I look at store sales in another way here, I can see a breakdown across all of my categories. I can also see a breakdown of all of my stores by maturity here. Here in dark green, I have stores that are open greater than 5 years, those 2 to 5 years, and those that are under 2 years. Let's explore treats here. Looks like food and treats is doing pretty well. It's a big seller for us. By just clicking on this, I can begin to kind of drill down on this. Maybe I want to see how treats are doing by location. So I can see that California is my number one market out there. By clicking on that, maybe I want to see what do the store sizes look like. And it looks like I've got a good mix of Express, Standard, and just a few superstores. And then maybe in Express, I want to see how mature these stores are out there. And most of them are falling into that mature store area, but I do have at least a few stores that are new as well. So again, the dashboards are very interactive as well. How did all of this data get into the system? Well, the actual data was imported from your legacy systems out there or your general ledger systems, and then we planned the rest of the data. This is called a planning sheet. In this case, I am looking at a P&L. I'm looking at this just for store one. As I click on this, just like in the dashboard, I can use this planning sheet for any particular store, or I can roll this sheet up to see all of my stores together and my entire company together as well. So here I've got all of my sales broken down by category, my costs by category, delivery costs by category, and just know that all of this is being driven through drivers. You can see the calculations that are occurring up here at the top. Just like Excel, I've got a formula bar that tells me how this number is being calculated, and it is all driver based. So I'm just having to put in a few pieces of information into some assumption areas, and the model drives itself based on customer traffic, conversion, and a few other factors out there as well. That can be made global so that I can set standards for stores, for same stores, and then measure them against that. And I can also have that ability to do adjustments by store as well. Let's look at some examples of some of those adjustments. Here I've got inventory in a dashboard. I've got turnover, stock to sales. I've got some inventory trends. And then this is an uplift or an inventory uplift as a percentage here. So if I need to order more inventory or decrease inventory of what I have scheduled, I can just easily do that by just inputting numbers here. I know that in the food and treats area, I should be pretty good, but come around Christmas, apparel, bedding, toys, those are all going to be big sellers out there. So I'm going to give this a lift of 10% in the November timeframe, and then I'm going to give this a lift of 20% in the December timeframe. Now, my model should have already calculated that based on seasonality and based on history, but this will just give you an example of how I can override inventory out there. So all that I need to do is save this, keep an eye on the metrics as I do save it, and you'll see them change in real time here. So it's easy for me to plan in these dashboards and immediately see the impact on some of these ratios up here at the top as well. So you can see the impact of the ratio, all of the graphs change. Let's look at this as far as headcount is concerned. Here I've got sales per employee. I also have a net profit margin, and then I've got all of my store employees here. Again, the number of employees is being driven by average store traffic and average transactions, etc. And the model is calculating that for me. Here I can give that headcount an uplift or a down downsize. And in this case, I've adjusted my manager down because I know it's going to be very hard for me to hire a new manager before the June timeframe. I know the marketplace and it's going to be difficult for me to do that. So I'm holding my manager steady at around two here until the June timeframe, where three will be the optimal number of managers that I have. But again, Christmas is coming. I'm going to have to probably beef up my staff just a little bit in November and December. So let's go ahead and add in a new staff member here for November, and a new stalker for November as well, or some new stalkers for November. And let's increase that one more for the December time frame. And again, all that I need to do is come here to the top, save those changes. That is going to impact the model. It's going to impact total salaries. It's going to impact payroll taxes. It's going to impact everything that affects this model, including sales per employee out here. So this is driven off of headcount and sales. You can see the impact there. I'm not going to be making as much here at the end of December, and you can see the impact to the net profit margin as well. So thank you for your time today, and we appreciate you listening.